And students, in the previous class we discussed about the three major challenges before India and Indian political leaders after getting freedom from the British. Dear students, look at these pictures. These pictures are of postal stamps. And in first picture, inauguration, January 26, 1950. Dear students, this date is very important. It means 26th January is very important in the life of every Indian, because on this date 26th of January 1950, India became republic. On this day, Indian constitution was enacted, came into force or enforced, and India became a republic country. No doubt, Indian constitution was prepared and was ready on November 26 in 1949, but for the making this day 26th of January 1950 as important, Indian leaders decided that the Indian constitution will be enacted on 26th January, as this day was celebrated as the Independent Day in 1930 from the Lahore session of Congress. So dear students, in the previous video we also discussed about the three major challenges of India. Those were how to unite India, first one. Second one, how to establish democracy in such a large country. And third one was to develop and make development in the life of the poor people. Dear students, look at this picture. In this picture, man in this picture is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Dear students, it is also called the father of Pakistan, and he was a very prominent leader from Muslim League Party, and he firmly demanded for the partition and creation of new nation, that was Pakistan. And next, dear students, this is the picture of the first Prime Minister of India, that was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Dear students, on the day of 15th of August 1947, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, when India got freedom on the midnight, addressed the nation from Red Fort and called it is a new rise for India, or it is a new day for India. So dear students, as we know, happiness also brings some sadness along with it. So it was the same on the day of India got freedom. On 15th of August, or I say on the night of 14th and 15th of August 1947, India got, or Hindustan got divided into two separate nations. Those were Pakistan and India. So, partition, displacement and rehabilitation. On 14th-15th August 1947, not one but two nation states came into existence, India and Pakistan. This was a result of partition, the division of British India into India and Pakistan, drawing up the border, demarcating the territory of each country, marked the culmination of political development, and you have read about in the history textbook. Okay, according to the two nation theory advanced by Muslim League, India considered of not one but two people, Hindus and Muslims. That is why it demanded Pakistan a separate country for the Muslims. The Congress opposed this theory and demanded and the demand for Pakistan. But several political developments in 1940, the political competition between the Congress and Muslim League and the British rule led to the decision for the creation of Pakistan. Dear students, it was the time of 1940s when a number of political developments are happening, like August Offer, Cabinet Mission, and some other missions also were sent in 1940s. So, in 1940, India was believed as two people, one Hindus and other one Muslims. That's why the tension between Hindus and Muslims was deepening day by day. And Muslim League. Muslim League firmly demanded for the partition of the country and demanded for the creation of new country that was Pakistan. Dear students, first of all, the name of Pakistan was given by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. Then there is a very important question: who gave the name Pakistan? Then answer is Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. And there is another question: who first of all demanded for other nation for Muslims? Then this credit goes to poet Iqbal. Poet Iqbal demanded for the new nation that was for Muslims, but he did not give its name Pakistan. The name Pakistan was given by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, who gave this name from England. Okay, dear students. Then nowadays, this was the result of partition. Okay, the division of India into two nations, Pakistan and India, was done on the night of 15th and 14th August 1947. Congress at that time, Congress was leading India, firmly opposed the theory of creating other country for Muslims, and demand for Pakistan was cancelled by Congress. But due to some political circumstances, political development, Congress was forced to be agree with the theory of division of India and creation of two nations, India and Pakistan. So finally, on the same day of midnight of 14 and 15 August 1947, the nation was divided into India and Pakistan. The process of partition. Thus, it was decided that what was till then known as India would be divided into two countries, India and Pakistan. Such a division was not only very painful but also very difficult to decide and to implement. It was decided to follow the principle of religious majority. This basically means that areas where the Muslims were in majority would make up the territories of Pakistan. The rest was to stay with India. Okay, the division of India into two halves, two countries, India and Pakistan, was not so easy as the leaders from Muslim League thought. It was very difficult as different people who follow different religions live in India everywhere. So basically, the division was done on the basis of religious majority. All the areas where Muslims were in majority were given to Pakistan, and rest areas were given to India. So the idea might appear simple, but it presented all kinds of difficulties. First of all, there was no single belt of Muslim majority areas in British India. There were two areas of concentration, one in the west and one in the east. There was no way these two parts could be joined. Okay. So it was decided that the new country Pakistan will comprises two territories, West and East Pakistan separated by a long expanse of Indian territory. Secondly, not all Muslims majority areas wanted to be in Pakistan. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, the undisputed leader of the northwestern frontier province and known as Frontier Gandhi, was staunchly opposed to the two nation theory. Eventually, his voice was simply ignored and the NWFP was made to merge with Pakistan. Dear students, the idea of the division on the basis of religious majority was not so easy as is what thought, as the Muslim majority were spread at the different places in India. So it was quite difficult to make two nations on the basis of religion. So finally, it was decided that there were two areas where Muslims were in majority. First one was east and second one was in west. So in west today that is Pakistan, and east one area that is considered as Bangladesh. So Bangladesh was separated from Pakistan in 1971. So it was decided that Pakistan will comprise two areas, two territories. Those were Pakistan and East Pakistan, West and East Pakistan. Pakistan is today the Pakistan, and East Pakistan now became Bangladesh. And there is one more point that must be noted, that there was a leader in northwest frontier province. His name was Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He was prominently, it means firmly, was opposing the idea of two nation theory. He did not want it to be merged in Pakistan, but his voice was ignored, and northwest frontier province was made to merge with Pakistan. So in this condition, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, that was also known as Frontier Gandhi, was in opposition of Pakistan, but unluckily his reason was merged with Pakistan. The third problem was that two of the Muslim majority provinces of British India, Punjab and Bengal, had very large areas where the non-Muslims were in majority. Eventually, it was decided that these two provinces would be bifurcated according to the religious majority at the district or even lower level. So, dear students, there was one more problem, that in two areas, in Punjab and Bengal, there were some areas where Muslim majority was not present. There was majority of some other religions, it means Hindus we can say. So it was decided that those areas from Bengal and Pakistan where Muslims are not in majority will be cut from the rest of Pakistan. This decision could not be made by the midnight of 1415 August. It means that a large number of people did not know on the day of independence whether they were in India or Pakistan. The partition of these two provinces caused deepest trauma of partition. Okay, so it was decided that some areas where Muslims are not in a majority from Punjab and Bengal will be cut from Pakistan. So the people of those particular areas were in doubt, totally doubt. What was the doubt? They could not decide that in which country they are living, as it was still not divided that those particular parts will remain in Pakistan or will merge in India. That's why this was the great trauma for those people, and the partition of these two provinces used to deepest cause deepest trauma of partition. That's why the partition of these two provinces, Punjab and Bengal, caused the greatest trauma of partition. This was related to the fourth and the most intractable of all problems of partition. This was problem of minorities on the both sides of the border. Lakhs of Hindus and Sikhs in the areas there were that were in the Pakistan, and equally large number of Muslims on the area sides of Punjab and Bengal, and to some context Delhi and surrounding areas found themselves trapped. They were to discover that they were undesirably aliens in their own homes, in the land where they and their ancestors had lived for centuries. As soon as it became clear that country was going to be partitioned, the minorities on both the sides became easy targets of attacks. No one had quite anticipated the scale of this problem. No one had any plan for handling this. Initially, the people and political leaders kept hoping that this violence was temporary and would be controlled soon. But very soon the violence went out of the control. The minorities on both the sides of the border were left with no option except to leave their homes after a few hours notice. Okay, so dear students, the fourth problem was regarding minorities living in both the sides in Pakistan as well as in India. Political leaders could not have a proper plan for the settlement of these minorities. That's why people living on both the sides in Punjab and Bengal, as well as around the capital city New Delhi, and in Pakistan also, Hindus. Some there were some areas where Hindus were in minorities, and there were few areas also there were Muslims were in minority. So after the division, these minorities started considering themselves that they were aliens in their own homes, where their ancestors spent their whole life. At that place, they were strange and they were fearing about their lives and property. So, due to this trauma, some sudden attacks on minorities began. Riots began, attacks over the minorities began. So, these attacks were not tackled by any political party or political leader. So, it was a great problem because these attacks were not in the mind of any political leader. So, they could not make any proper plan to pacify these attacks. So, attacks on the minorities are began on the both sides of India and Pakistan, and those minorities are easy victims of attacks. as there is a scene in the movie Gadar. In the starting, attacks and the both sides are shown properly. So this was the situation. The minorities were the most suffered or depressed persons in that division. So the people of leader of both the sides, India and Pakistan, thought that these attacks, these turmoils, these violence will be over after some time. But it not happened so. The violence went out of control. Lives of minorities became rooted. Their property was snatched. Houses were set into fire and they were totally looted. That is why the minorities on the both sides of border were left with no option except to leave their homes, often at a few hours notice. So that's why the minorities on the both sides, India and Pakistan, were compelled to leave their homes with a very short notice. That's why it was quite painful. The division was most painful for the minorities who were living in India and Pakistan and shuffled their homes after division. So dear students, today we discussed about the challenges and the process of division. In next class, we will discuss consequences of partition. Till then, keep studying. Thank you and watch this video.